trying to get in. Hello, Facebook. So we are now live. Andrew, we're just talking.
I'm going to refresh the ice real quick.
Okay, go for it. And I can it's we got a minute before we start.
Yeah, we'll just get everybody in, comfortable. Take your seats, get your popcorn.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of that going on right now, right? People are going to have fun with that. So, Quarantini hour, yay. So we have one person.
I'm looking at my laptop over here.
So there's a little bit of a delay. So it's weird because I'm looking here, and I'm going, oh, okay, delay. So I'm going to show you how this function works. Listen, even if we're the only two people on here, Andrew, take it and share it if you'd like. And so let's say I'm like, oh, yay. You see what I just did? You see that banner?
I do. Oh, that's cool. Wow. That is neat.
So if someone were to comment, we would have that banner. So ready to go. We got 3 more minutes. We are cool on time though. But we were just kind of talking a little bit about some of those things. So now I want you to tell me, what forgotten thing have you just remembered? Like, so whether it be, like I was telling you how I'm discovering corners in my home, or I'm discovering a drawer with some goodies. Do you have anything like that you've uncovered?
In the house, I haven't. I feel like I haven't found anything. Nothing that I've lost that I've been looking for a long period of time. I haven't found anything. I think I've found better ways to use my house during this time.
Wow. That's actually good, because, how many times do we not take the time to really do that, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to see if I can share the Facebook. Let me see if I can.
Hey, Serena! Thanks for showing up. Feel free to comment. This is Andrew Smith here, and we're going to get started sometime soon. This is the Quarantini hour. So actually, Serena is a person that I was going to ask to come on too. She's a realtor with us, and she just recently purchased a home. So I wanted to get a perspective from her and a perspective from another first-time home buyer. Well, you're not first time, are you, Serena? Are you first-time home buyer? Hey, girl. Hey, how are you, Serena? Yay! So that's why I need the two, because I can't see.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can see the comments now. That's cool.
Okay, cool. Hey,
I was looking for all that stuff.
Yes. So did you hear me, Serena? I want to get you on. You didn't hear that?
She says no.
Yeah. I want to invite you onto my Quarantini hour, because we're gonna work on this Turkish coffee together. Remember, we were talking about that today. So it's also a lot of people use it for espresso, but I actually like Turkish blend coffees. And there's a longer story with that because of my years traveling. But I always had the best coffee experiences. She said she'd come on. Yes, Serena, let's do it next week. Okay, guys, you saw it here. Serena Suggs is going to come and join us in the Quarantini hour. Yay! Shania, how are you doing? Hey, girl. Feel free to comment. Listen, guys, we are so excited to have everyone here today. It's 5:01 and it's our Quarantini hour. This is the time where I invite people to come from the real estate industry, maybe not, to teach us some of their favorite cocktails or drinks while we talk a little bit of real estate. Hello, Shania. This woman, Shania Carlock, is absolutely amazing. Mother of two, just a powerhouse. Also loves decorating. So I better not show her this thing that's up here because that's my daughter's creation because the wall was too bare. But Shania decorates for every holiday, all out in her home. And you want to talk about, as a realtor, seeing someone who appreciates the space that they live in. That's my girl, Shania. That's awesome. Thanks for joining us today. So let me know if you guys can hear or can't hear. We are excited. My name is Cherie Hughes, and I am a realtor with Watson Realty here in Gainesville, Florida. And she said it's beautiful. Oh, you are kind. And I have here my good buddy, Andrew Smith. He's from NRL Mortgage. And so today we're going to talk we're going to mix a little real estate in with cocktails. And so I've asked Andrew to give us some ideas of how he makes his favorite cocktail. And I'm going to actually ask him to introduce that to him. But before I do that, Andrew Smith from NRL Mortgage, you have 3 questions to answer before you start. And I hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
So, Andrew, please tell us, what is your SD superpower? And SD means social distancing, quarantine, Rona, whatever. What is the superpower that you've learned since all of this?
So my superpower is I've learned how to make pancakes in the morning with a toaster.
Okay, I wasn't ready for that one. That demonstration next week. That would be interesting to see. How many people would love to see Andrew come back and do a pancake? And does the toaster
so it's not the batter or anything like that. So it's pretty simple. Like, I wasn't really sure what my superhero power was, but I was like, what have I been doing the most of that I've never done before during this time? And it is, in the morning, I get these frozen pancakes that you can go to Publix.
Okay.
And I was like, instead of throwing them in the microwave and they're all like soggy and stuff like that, what you can do is instead get your toaster and put 2 of them on both sides of the toaster and put the third one, because they give you 3, on the top, and it warms. And whenever that one finishes, you take the one on top, put it in, and you put the other 2 on top. 2 cycles, stir up, pancakes in the morning with your coffee.
That is awesome. So for people who have like hungry kids at home, that might be like, that truly is a superpower.
And
Thank you so much.
So nice, crisp pancakes. Just you cook them on the stove. It's delicious.
Wow. Now tell me something, Andrew, that few people know about you. That isn't too embarrassing, because I don't need to know all that.
You're supposed to get me ready for
I told you, 3 questions.
Yeah, you're hiding this question from me. So
I did.
Few people know that I have a twin brother.
And
he's a mortgage loan originator as well. And I was a software engineer for 20 years, and he got me into mortgages. So he's been doing mortgages this whole time, and he's definitely the person that has helped me along the way of getting into real estate. So not many people know I have a twin, look alike.
Wow.
Just most of the people we grew up with know I'm a twin.
Well, it's good for that warning, just in case. He comes into town and I see him.
Yeah, he might jump on this Facebook call, and then we can ask him some mortgage questions.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, you listen, dial a friend. We can do that as well. So, listen, guys, this is a really interesting time where we are running across a lot of myths, a lot of truths that become myths because the industry is constantly changing. And so my next question for you is going to be, what was your favorite subject? Are you ready?
Favorite subject
In high school?
in high school? I'd probably say math has always been my favorite. From programming to mortgages, it's always been math. Always. I was in advanced math classes always. So that was and the reason why I was good at math, and I remember this, I struggled with multiplication grade, and I got detention. My detention teacher, math teacher, she'd made me do multiplications, and then finally the light bulb went off, and it was math was simple.
Wow. So that was around 3rd or 4th grade then.
Third grade detention math teacher. I really mathematics, and I was excellent at it ever since.
Wow. So you've only been doing liking doing math for about 10 years, right? So
I wish it was years.
Okay. So listen, you've answered my 3 questions. I want you to go ahead and tell us, can anybody guess what Andrew's favorite drink is? If anybody wants to type it in here. Hey, Eric, come on in. Leave a comment. Let me know that you're listening. Eric, do you know what his drink is going to be? Go ahead.
Let's give a couple some time to put in some drinks that they think that I'm fixing to do here. I think it's kind of obvious, but we'll see.
So this is funny, guys. Andrew is from You're from Mississippi, right?
Mississippi.
And so it is so funny because every now and then he'll slip a couple of things in there. Like he'll slip a y'all in there, or he'll slip a I'm fixing to. Right? What did you just say? I'm fixing to.
I'm fixing to. Okay. I can't help it.
I love it. I love it though. Don't change it. It's you. And so that is always so much fun. So come on, guys. Tell me, anybody have any? It's a dry martini. Our Serena says it's a dry martini.
That's close.
I think
got one part.
Yep. Oh, did you change something up on me? Okay, now so let's get going, Andrew. Let's see what you got.
All right, so
thank you, Serena.
Is dirty martini. So not a dry, but a dirty. I don't know if there's a difference. I don't know. Is there between dry and dirty? Maybe dry is without the dirty, and it's just without the extra juices added to it.
I'm a tourist just like you. I don't know. So we're gonna name it. So no, you're right. So the dirty is, I think, when you put the olive juice in, and the dry
right here. Okay. Yeah. So let's get started. First, these are the 2 most important things, including with the strength.
Okay. And Andrew, can you tell me a little bit?
Yeah, so let's get started. First, these are the 2 most important things, including with the strength.
Okay. And Andrew, can you tell me a little bit?
Yeah, so let's get started. First, these are the 2 most important things, including
Oh man, we're experiencing some difficulties here. Andrew has frozen on me. I don't know if he's frozen on you guys. but let's wait 1 second while he goes to get back in. I love technology. How about you? Okay, guys, listen, tell me, what are some other things you want to know? If you guys have some questions of Andrew, let me know. We're going to talk about kind of how the what the industry is doing right now. So clearly, he can't talk to you about interest rates or anything like that, but he's seeing just as much business as he has before, and so. If you guys didn't know, we're actually considered essential employees. So real estate is still going on. And as Andrew tries to get back in here, he's going to tell us a little bit more. So good? Andrew, are you back? Yep, you're back. Now listen, so you talked about 2 essential ingredients. As we talk about this, I want you to equate it to the home buying process. So, oh yeah. You thought this was going to be easy, did you? Didn't you? So one of the things that we like to know when we're working with people are you pre-qualified and just how ready you are to get things done, right?
Now, I'm glad you brought that up because this model is green, and to get pre-qualified, you need the green light from the mortgage lender.
Okay.
So that green light says it's okay for you to go and show those houses that are in that price range. So that's a good vermouth to take from this, is that you need to be pre-qualified.
A good vermouth.
A good vermouth.
I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'm gonna just type that out because I couldn't have made it up if I tried, right? I couldn't have made it up if I tried.
Let's take that pre-qual and let's go ahead and pour it over to our realtor. So we get one shot at this. You get one shot, one credit pull. We check your assets. We bank statements, your income, all that over there.
Okay. Now, Andrew, tell me a little bit about, I know we're kind of having some fun with kind of how we talk about this and everything, but what are you finding that a lot of customers are right now worried about, wondering about, people who are securing mortgages or trying to secure mortgages? What are some of the things that you're hearing from some of the customers?
Some of the customers, we're at a time now where the service lenders are really needing those customers to have good credit, make sure that they're going to be able to make those future monthly payments, that they're not going to go into forbearance, and they're not going to go into foreclosure and stuff like that. So a lot of the service lenders are really, wanting to make sure that the customers are very well qualified. And the customers, it's, as long as they have an income, their employer is going to go ahead, and continue to employ them. They're good. They're going to have good credit. They're going to still have a job. They're going to have the assets for the down payments and stuff like that. So, and that's what service lenders are looking for. We really need, strong buyers to be there to help them make their payments to the bondholders that are holding those securities. So, and because of that, if they're very well qualified and they're good buyers, they're getting really good interest rates today. I mean, we thought we were going through a boom, but we're kind of still in that boom. It's still, rates are still low. We're still, I can't really talk about rates directly through this, but I can say that rates are still really good right now, and we're still seeing all-time lows. It's a great market to be in if you have a good position to make a mortgage.
So Andrew, you talked about 2 ingredients. What is the second ingredient?
Second ingredient is our vodka. So you got to have this. This is the biggest ingredient. And I'm trying to think about how to relate this to mortgages and the real estate process. And you got to have 3 shots of this. So I'm thinking 3 shots. What is the biggest part of the entire thing? 1 is the collection of documents. That's a pretty big part.
Okay.
2, house hunting. That's a huge part. That's a lot of, going out, whether you're going house to house, you're doing 3D tours, there's many things that you guys as realtors are doing to provide services to customers. And I would say I'm trying to think about how I can save these for other parts of the process.
Is
But
the other
yeah,
part negotiations? I mean, I rely
yes,
on.
I was thinking that last shot. That's like the negotiation. What's the
Yeah.
purchase price going to be? What offer do I want to extend to the seller? That would probably be the third shot.
Okay, so go ahead and add those shots in, and then as we do that, does anybody have any questions for Andrew as we're doing this? Again, we're doing this in a really kind of fun way to talk about the mortgage
Not
process.
planned at all.
Yeah,
This is definitely
clearly
off the
it's
cuff.
not planned. But that's what the Quarantini Hour is about. It's about the opportunity to network using our social distancing skills, but being able to also kind of talk about shop, but also to talk about some fun things. And so I know Serena just went through the process, and I know, and when you're buying a home, it can be nail biting because of those first three things. And as easy as it sounds, it may not always be quite that easy. And Serena, I'm sure you can attest to that if you wanted to add anything to that. So go ahead, give us some more ingredients. So you put vermouth in. You put 1 part vermouth in. And how do you measure that?
So it's just a shot glass. The shot glass is, I think it's got the measurements on it. Yeah, it's
Okay.
just 1 ounce, I think.
Okay.
Just 1 ounce, 30
Okay.
milliliters.
Nice. Okay.
So one of these,
Uh-huh.
3 vodka,
Uh-huh.
and this is where we start to get dirty. This is the dirty part. This
Okay.
is processing. This is underwriting. I would
Ooh.
put those two. That would be the 2 dirty parts. That's usually where we get the conditions or anything else. The dirty parts.
So let's go to the, and I'm going to say dirty parts. But I don't even know that I want to call it dirty though, right?
It's not really dirty. It's basically the processor, the underwriter. They're just making sure everything that we've collected as the realtor, the loan officer, we've collected everything that is required by the government and the guidelines, and we're basically serving them everything they expect to see on the plate. And the buyer has to work with us on that to make sure we fill the plate with all those ingredients, and they're able to then look through it, make sure everything's there, and they basically give us the thumbs up, clear to close. So that's
Great. Clear to close is what a realtor always wants to hear.
CTC,
Clear to close.
CTC.
Hey, Heather. Okay, so my girl Heather is joining us, and she said, well, darn, I've been thinking a shot was 2 ounces all along. I love you, Heather. Thank you. So there are some things you're going to pick up from here. So Heather actually, she is a part of an insurance company called Aubrey. Oh, come on, Heather, you got to type out the name of it. And hey, Chris Jones is watching. Hey, Chris, one of my favorite home inspectors. I love them all. You're all talented. Hey, Chris, you showed up. Cool. But Heather, you want to give the Aubrey Rogers Insurance Company, and they are located right here in Gainesville, and they do offer homeowners insurance and things like that. So, hey, Linda, what was that first dirty? She said. Linda's asking, what was the first dirty?
This is a. I can't even say it. It just says dirty martini mix. I got it from ABC liquor store. Just go look in the dirty.
Can you closer in so she can see it?
It's the Sausalito.
So is it going to be a little spicy?
It's not spicy at all. It's
okay.
it's just definitely very. It's got the perfect kick for the martini.
Okay. Sausalito, I would imagine it sounds either okay. Never mind. Like, I thought that it sounded
So as I
spicy.
was thinking about it across here, we're talking about like the processing and stuff like that that goes into effect after, we get the contract. We're gonna get everything wrapped up, send it over to processing, underwriting. You know what else? I'm gonna make this nice, beautiful glass. This is title. This is where you go to closing and where everything's in a perfect package. And title is gonna be, this is where you do the actual signing and you get the gifts and all that stuff. That's going to be title.
Awesome. That's great. Aubrey Rogers Insurance Agency is how I forgot to say it. That's Heather's that's their company. Again, they do homeowners insurance, they cover a whole bunch of other insurance. Go ahead. Go for it, buddy.
All right, so let's see. We got all the ingredients in the shakers. I think it is time to shake it up a little bit. So let's call this the shaking part. Let's call this the
waiting
home inspection and appraisal process, because
the waiting part.
You're just waiting for the reports to come out.
So I don't know if Serena's still on here, but if Serena's still on here, or if actually Heather, you've gone through the home buying process before. How was your shaker process? Hey, Chris.
Keep shaking.
Yeah, keep shaking. And we're on a little bit of a delay, so I'm looking. I have two things going on here, and I can see that that it takes a little while for people to respond. So.
All right, that gets really cold. I don't know if they make any shakers that are insulated or anything, but I always grab a towel to hold the shakers, because you can't see this, but it's it's like making ice cream.
Yeah.
It's really cold to touch and hold on to. But if it's warm outside, and I mean, this would be the perfect thing to do down at the beach or something like that. All right, so
now you're gonna open it. Let's see what happens.
All right. Oh, that smells good.
Oh, hush up.
This right here is what makes it smell so good. It's the dirty juice. So
the only thing I have is my tonic water from last week, just so that everybody knows my tonic water from last week. Because I'm gonna go out and show a house after this. So my Quarantini hour is gonna be pretty PG.
So you have a strainer that you have to use. I would designate the strainer as your closing disclosures that you actually get to review everything that's going into the loan. This is your magnifying glass of what you're fixing to go to closing with in 3 days. So we got to send this out to you 3 days before. And then once you've reviewed that and you've done the e-signatures on it, we pour it on over to title, and title balances with the funding department. And let's see, we'll pour it. This is really good.
So here's a question, and pardon me, because I'm sure everybody's going to be like, "What is your problem?" But you don't put ice in your martini ever.
You put it in the shaker. And that's what makes it cold, and it shakes it up, and then the strainer helps you pour it neatly into the glass, or it's just a neat martini that goes in.
What do you do with the ice afterwards?
You can eat it or toss it in the sink, or I don't know. It's wait till it melts, and if that wasn't enough, you'll just get whatever's left out of that after it's melted.
Cool. Okay. Super.
But I think it just helps with the whole mixing, and it makes the drink nice and cool, and you're not just drinking warm liquids.
Yep, I agree. So listen, we have our what is this? These
are olives. This is the magic right here. You got to put the olives in there.
So she said, so Heather said, I think I missed the shaker portion of the recipe, but I did hear about the gift portion. I loved my gift of new home address stamp. Oh, nice. I'll have to start this recipe from the beginning when it is over. I love what you're doing here. Will water down the 2 ounces of alcohol. Good point. Good point, Heather.
That is so neat. You can do that with this is such a neat app. This application is so cool.
So the application that I'm using is called StreamYard, and it is an absolute gem to use. Besides that little technical glitch we had, it's actually a really fun. It's a really fun thing to use, and that has nothing to do with the app. It has more to do with our connections here, and the fact that 10,000 people are on. So hey, Shania, thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. She has to go. Everybody say bye to Shania. Bye. So we have this, and we have what's going on right now. So there's a lot. So there's a lot of uncertainty, and especially if you wanted to be or are in the market for a new home. And how do you guys as mortgage lenders, and this is our last question, how do you guys as mortgage lenders help to alleviate some of those concerns?
So some of the concerns, ask the question just one more time.
So there are a lot with this atmosphere. There are a lot of uncertainties that come about. How do you work with customers to alleviate some of their concerns, whether it be concerns about job insecurity, concerns about, all of those things? How do you do that?
Some of the concerns actually that we had starting out, we weren't sure what the delays were going to be like. We weren't sure how things were going to be handled because people weren't going to be in their offices. But honestly, like I've seen, everybody's been very efficient in every step of the program, like working from home. Everybody is getting everything done. And I almost feel like, we were told we were doing things 30 days or less before, and we're told, we might need to like extend it to 45 to 60 days because we're not sure what's going to happen. Everything's been going through so smooth on all the transactions that I feel like we're almost better than that 30-day because people are at home set up. They're efficiently doing their jobs from home, and they're able to. And there's probably, honestly, I think with less distractions, less people going out, being, less distracted with social things in the world and everything else. Everybody is so focused on their jobs that they have now that they're doing their jobs they have now much better and efficiently. So I've noticed appraisers are getting out there faster. Home inspectors are getting out there faster. We're getting every parts of the mortgage process are being done, and things are going into underwriting way before it even gets to appraisal, and just those things are just lining up and going. And I'm like, let's just move the closing date up faster. Title's ready to go.
That's awesome.
So
yes.
Honestly, I would say this has been a perfect environment for us to do our jobs and get things knocked out. The appraiser probably doesn't have to wait at the red light in 3 hours of traffic now to get across town. He's getting across
You're
traffic.
Just a realtor.
5 minutes, you're there. It doesn't take you 30 minutes to get across Gainesville anymore. So I feel like a lot of it's just those little things, those little inconveniences that we had before, they're gone. They're out of the way. And people are just, they're directly dialed into their job, and they're doing it the best they can because, it's taken our mind off of what's going on out there, and it's helping us, focus on other things. So I've really been surprised, and I would say, the industry overall, I'm very happy. We're in an awesome industry during something like this, and I'm very grateful for people to have their jobs and keep their jobs, and hopefully, things will get back to normal soon.
Absolutely. So, Andrew, with that, I want to thank you for those words, because I think that is, it rings true for so many things that we are experiencing also as realtors. But I do want to just say thank you so much for taking the time. I want to thank you for taking the time. Thank you for dropping the knowledge on us today. But I also wanted to say I'm grateful to you because you are so much fun to work with, not just SD edition, social distancing edition, but also in person, and you're always willing to show up. And I am so grateful for that with you. And so in closing, just really fast, you can share something that you're grateful for and you can't say the same thing I said.
I'm honestly grateful for the people in the industry that do have to get out there and get out in front of people and go to the places. I don't have to go anywhere. I can do everything that's required for my job to be done at home. But if it wasn't for the realtors, the inspectors, the appraisers, and the title company going out into the environment and doing their jobs, I wouldn't have a job. So I'm thankful for everybody that's a part of the industry.
Absolutely. And, we have some folks on here. So we have Aubrey Rogers Insurance Company. We have some realtors on here, Eric, and we have Linda, and we have Serena. And if I've missed anyone, I apologize. I'm only as good as my little thing here. But yeah, it's all because of you guys. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do and for taking the time, because you could be doing something else. So listen, this is our first edition of the Quarantini Hour, and I am happy to have shared it with you, but also I am happy to have shared it with, now I'm going to call him the master martini quarantini maker.
That's too much, but I'll take it.
Hi, Donna. I learned some really good things, like you don't put ice in the martini. So, yeah, you don't put ice in the martini. Hey, Scott. But also Chris Jones, who I also forgot to mention. Hey, Chris, thank you for taking the time. And I look forward to more Quarantini Hours every Friday at 5. If I'm showing a house or a property or something like that, then of course I can't be there. I just wanted to leave you with this. I don't know if you can see this, Andrew, but Aubrey Rogers said, "Great news to hear things are moving along perfectly," in terms of what's happening, with the industry right now. And so we do appreciate the knowledge that you shared with us. And I look forward to you guys joining me next Friday. Take care. Go Gators! Oh, Mississippi guy. I don't know what you do. Take care.
Gators.
Yes. We won him over. Yay. Take care, guys.
Cheers.